Hi friends! Okay, today for math, we're gonna be doing adding together. And last week when we did adding, we used our bracelets and we learned that adding is part, put together, whole new number, bigger number. Adding, okay? Because when we add, we're putting two groups together and we get a whole new number, and that number is a bigger number. So we're not gonna use our bracelets today. We're going to be using our counters because that's the strategy that we're focusing on. So remember in class today, we talked about our strategy poster, and there's lots of different strategies that we can learn on how to make adding easier for us. Now, just like when we learned adding strategies, we learned a whole bunch of different adding strategies: count and scoot, count and touch. Counting strategies. Now we're gonna learn some adding strategies. So we are gonna learn to use counters, and that's our very first strategy. I can use counters. So I'm going to grab my counters, my red and white ones. Hopefully you still have yours. I know that we gave them to you in the beginning of the school year in your toolbox, and we did use them today in class. So go grab your counters. You're also going to need, from your Wait for Teacher bag, the salmon colored paper. It's like an orange color, orange pink, and it says Tuesday at the top. There is another one that is blue. We're not doing the blue one today. The blue one is for Thursday. So make sure you have the right color for today. It's the salmon color. So once you have those materials, come on back and we're gonna start doing our problems together. I also, oh, sorry, boys and girls. Also, you'll need your adding mat, the mat that we used in class, okay? And I have my whiteboard marker as well. Okay, all right, so today we're gonna use our counters as a strategy to help us solve adding problems. And on this paper, there's a bunch of number sentences, or we call these equations. And these are adding equations because I see the plus sign or the adding sign or the addition sign. This is how I know we're going to be putting together two groups. Super important in our number sentence. So our first number sentence we're going to do today is 3 plus 6 equals. Or we can use our math language. 3 and 6 makes, we're going to have to solve. So on my mat down here, I'm going to take my whiteboard marker and put my equation in so I do not forget. 3 plus, our first one is 6 equals, I don't know yet, I haven't solved it yet. And down here, 3 and 6 makes, we're gonna have to solve. Okay, so now I'm gonna grab my counters. My first part is 3. So I'm gonna take 3 counters. Okay, I have 3 counters, they're white. And now for my second group, this is really important, kindergartners. You need to make sure you flip over your counters and have them be a different color. Because when they're 2 different colors, I can see the 2 groups I'm going to put together. If I do it like this, I'm not gonna know which group is which. So it's very important to have 2 different colors. So now my other part is 6. So now I have to put down 6 counters. 2, 3, I'm gonna use count and scoot, make sure I don't get too many. Okay, so I have 3 and 6, part. And now if we're going to add them together, I'm gonna add them together. I'm gonna put them together now. Now, I can't add them like that. I'm probably gonna have to organize them before I can figure out how many it makes. So I'm gonna line them up, and now I'm gonna use count and touch to figure out how many that is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 3 plus 6 equals 9. Or 3 and 6 makes 9. Can you say that with me, kindergartners? Let's do the number sentence. 3 plus 6 equals 9. Now let's use our math language. 3 and 6 makes 9. Awesome. So now I'm going to go over to my paper and I'm going to write a 9. You're going to use your pencil. I'm writing it in pen just so that you can see my 9. So I just did the first one. Okay, when I'm done and I filled out the first one, I figured out that makes 9. I'm going to erase my board and I'm going to do the next one. Now we're still using our counters. That's the strategy we're practicing. I know some of you might think, I can do that in my head, or I can use my fingers. I know, and that's really amazing. But for this week, we really are gonna focus on using the counters because that's a strategy we want you to get really good at, okay? So our next problem is, let's look at the number sentence. 4 plus 2 equals, and I know I'm adding because I see this plus sign, this adding sign. That means plus. Okay, so before I can get started, I'm gonna fill out the bottom of my board. 4 plus 2 equals, I don't know yet. And then I'm gonna do my math language at the bottom. 4 and 2 makes, don't know yet. Okay, now I'm gonna grab my counters. Remember, 2 colors. So my first part, I'm gonna need to get 4. So I'm gonna use 4 white counters. And then I'm gonna have how many red counters?
2.
2. Awesome. So I have 2 different colors so I can tell my 2 groups, my 2 parts. And now if I'm adding, that means we need to do what, kindergartners? Put together.
Part.
Put together. Whole new number, bigger number. All right, so I'm going to put my plus sign here. That's my adding sign. And now I'm going to put them together. I'm going to organize them and figure out, how many I have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 4 plus 2 equals 6. Or my math language, 4 and 2 makes 6. All right, kindergartners, I want you to say that with me. Let's do the number sentence. 4 plus 2 equals 6. Now do the math language. 4 and 2 makes 6. And so I don't forget, I'm going to go back to my paper, and now I know what that equals. It equals 6. All right, kindergartners, your job now is to use your counters the same way that we've been doing and do these next 4 problems. 5 plus 3, 9 plus 2, 7 plus 5, and 8 plus 6. Now, when you're finished, I want you to take a picture of your board for one of them that you did. So if you want to show me a picture of your board, you doing 5 plus 3, show me that with your counters on there using the strategy. Or if you want to show me 9 plus 2, take a picture of that equation. Or 7 plus 5 or 8 plus 6. We want to see at least one picture, please, of you using our counters as a strategy to solve your adding problems. Can't wait to see your hard work.